Hello, I'm Linord Moudou, and this is Africa 54. High drama on Capitol Hill as former U.S. Secretary of State Hillary Clinton testifies before the House Select Committee on Benghazi. The Congressional Committee is investigating the deadly 2012 attack on the U.S. diplomatic mission in Libya when Mrs. Clinton was the Secretary of State. Clinton is facing a long day of questioning about her role before and after the September 11th attack on the compound, which led to the death of Ambassador Christopher Stevens and 3 other Americans. Committee Chairman Trey Gowdy opened the hearing with a lengthy explanation as to the need for the panel. Questions lingered regarding the government's actions before and after the attacks in Benghazi. Her testimony comes as criticism mounts behind accusations that Republicans are using it to damage Clinton's bid for the 2016 Democratic presidential nomination.
As Secretary of State, I had the honor to lead and the responsibility to support nearly 70,000 diplomats and development experts across the globe. Losing any one of them, as we did in Iraq, Afghanistan, Mexico, Haiti, and Libya, during my tenure was deeply painful for our entire State Department and USAID family, and for me personally. America must lead in a dangerous world, and our diplomats must continue representing us in dangerous places. The State Department sends people to more than 270 posts in 170 countries around the world. Chris Stevens understood that diplomats must operate in many places where our soldiers do not, where there are no other boots on the ground, and safety is far from guaranteed.
Secretary Clinton is a polished politician who has been in this position before when she fended off Senate Republicans in 2013 hearing. For more today's proceeding, I am joined by VOA national correspondent Jim Malone. Jim, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Linord.
So Mrs. Clinton has been in this position before. So far, how is it going for her?
Well, I would say that so far we've not seen the kind of fireworks, political fireworks you might expect. Coming into the hearing, there were a lot of Democratic complaints that the Republicans are now targeting her politically through this hearing. Some of the Democrats have made that point in the hearing so far. Republicans, for their part, are pressing her about what she knew about the security situation in Benghazi prior to the attacks. Did she take enough action? Was she fully briefed? A lot of this information has been gone over before. Republicans are using newly released emails from Clinton and Ambassador Stevens to try to make more points about the security situation. But, you know, one more point here. This has all the trappings of real political theater, because here you have Mrs. Clinton, who's the leading Democratic candidate for president, a possible future president, appearing at the Congress before, in some cases, not so friendly Republican members of Congress to answer questions. So the theater here is quite important. So far, though, I would say it hasn't met the expectations of fireworks we might have had earlier.
But this is going to be a lengthy process all day long. Right. So are we expecting anything significant and new to come out of this?
We could, especially when we hear the chairman, Trey Gowdy, have his opportunities to question her. And here's the other thing. It's not likely that Hillary Clinton will be able to put all the questions about Benghazi or her private email accounts that have caused her so many problems behind her completely with this hearing. I think the hope is she can settle down, that there's much new information there, she can move on. And don't forget, in recent days, she's seen quite a few boosts to her own presidential hopes. Yes. A strong debate performance last week, and of course, yesterday news that Vice President Biden will not be joining the race.
Okay, well, Jim Malone, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
We appreciate your insight, and our thanks to VOA national correspondent Jim Malone.